think having come out of coach school and with the blinkers on, I really wanted to work on how do I develop from a practice coach into a thriving coaching practice. And for me, that was the question. And to connect with someone who had invested their time and resources, who had kind of trodden that path before, and provide some coaching, a little bit of mentoring, but was able to shine a light on that path, was hugely important for me. When you're first starting out as a coach, there are so many different paths that you can take. It is overwhelming that you could go in so many different directions, and there's online, there are books, there are group courses. The reality is I wanted to connect with an individual and have a personal experience that was tailored to me, to where I was and where I wanted to go. And therefore connecting with a coach on a one-to-one basis was hugely important for me. Oh, I did my research. And the first thing which connected to me to Bridgette was her warmth, her energy. It was a feeling, it was an intuition. Could I work with this lady? Did she have the ability to challenge me? You know, did I respect her? Was she credible? Did she have authority? And I'd seen Bridgette on IPEX webinars, and she was not the go-to webinar queen. She was the outstanding webinar queen. And I just felt drawn to her energy. I felt drawn to her warmth, to her infectious enthusiasm. And I thought to myself, that's someone I need to connect with. This is a lady who doesn't suffer fools gladly. She was able to smell me from a million miles away. So fair play, Bridgette, you called out, but you were able to hold me accountable, tell me what I knew kind of was happening, but say it in such a kind and compassionate way that allowed me to be aware of that, but also move forward, keeping the relationship intact. So thank you. The most impactful thing for me was weirdly about letting go of the outcome. I think that I was so focused on achieving a certain result. In many respects, it closed my mind to opportunity or possibility that was outside of my conditioned thinking. So I think once I gained acceptance as to where I was in the process, things changed. And so from that moment, things opened up. I was more flexible. I was hearing things. Things were coming to me. I was embracing it from a place of unlimited possibility versus kind of what do I want to get out in a preconditioned way. And I think the acceptance for me was crucial in being able to shift to a different perspective. Thanks, Bridgette. So I think there's a lot more trust. I have a lot more trust in my ability as a coach. I think when you invest some top dollar, which is uncomfortable dollar, in hiring the best coach that you believe can deliver and work with you, then you know, things shift. So I think knowing that process from a client's perspective so that I can kind of at least empathize with potential clients of mine is very important. I don't think you can become a coach without having a coach or having invested in a coach. I think that's very, very crucial, because you've got to walk the talk, yourself. You have to have an experience. You have to be challenged. You have to know what that feels like. You have to know the experience of that. And you also have to know the value intrinsically yourself of that process. So I think working with Bridgette exceeded my expectations in that regard. And it's given me a sense of confidence and awareness around what it takes to coach, what it takes to connect, what it takes to empathize and create a safe space for someone so that they can achieve their own goals for themselves. So it's about empowering that other individual, and having that experience myself, I now know what that feels like. Goals was to shift from having no clients to having clients. And so we've now achieved that. I actually have clients that are coming to me through referrals. They're coming to me through recommendations. They're coming to me through people that I am coaching and who are recommending my services. So I think if you look at the return on investment, then that is priceless. We have 10x'd the investment with Bridgette by virtue of having a client stream, but also most importantly, it's the way in which clients are now reaching and the way in which we're connecting. So I thank you for that, Bridgette. I think that you need to get clear on, are you ready? Are you willing? And you need to go through a process of connecting with the coach. And in the case of Bridgette, that took a little bit of time. Because I needed to be fully committed when we kicked off the sessions, it meant taking things slower so that at the point of commitment, I was 100% in. So Bridgette opened up the conversation. She provided an invitation to initially just talk. Then we went into a coaching session. And then after that, there was a kind of like a day or two for me to reflect. And I think it's important that you don't rush into it, but make a choice. Take your time, feel the connection, and understand in your gut, as well as your heart and your mind, that this is a relationship that you're 100% committing to. So I think if you're on the fence, which is an understandable place to be, reasons why you've connected, there are reasons why you're in the place that you are, and don't lose sight of the possibility that in your heart of hearts excites you when you're thinking of working with Bridgette as your coach, versus, oh my God, this is a lot of money. Put the onus on possibility, what you can create together to move you forward in whatever it is that you're looking to achieve, and focus on that, because the return on investment, the how, the what, that will all fill into place. There's an indelible mark that you have left at the birthing of my coaching career that I will remember for the rest of my days. And you were my first guide, my first mentor, and for that I am extremely and eternally grateful.